What's up, party people and magic makers? Destiny here on this magical Monday. Today we're going to talk about holding yourselves and others capable. As always, every Monday I'm going to come at you with a mindset video, less than 10 minutes, where you can actually learn something about your mindset and implement it throughout the week before we go into something else the following week. And so this is an opportunity for you to comment below, interact with me, also share this video if you know somebody that could use the message. So what I was talking about a little bit earlier is we're going to talk about holding yourselves and others capable. And I see this happening so often that I got to bring it up as a pattern that really does need to be broken, right? And so what does that mean? What does that look like? What am I even talking about? Well, let's take a look around, and when somebody comes to you and says, hey, I have this idea, or hey, I want to do this, or hey, this sounds like a really good idea for me. And then the words coming out of your mouth, or maybe you were the person saying these things, and the words coming out of the other person's mouth that you were telling was like, oh, I don't know, I don't think you should do that. Or, oh, you know what would be better? It would be better if you did this. Or, you know what? I have a friend where that didn't work, so I don't even know if you should even begin to go on this process and this journey. We need to stop doing that bullshit. It is not okay. We are actually limiting the other person using our own limitations. They're not theirs, they're ours. We picked them up along the way from other people. We saw things happening to other people, and now we're sharing our limitations with somebody else who has a dream, a goal, a vision, a want in their life, and we're squashing it. And in part, it's because we're not even holding ourselves capable of doing this thing that they want to do. And I think this brings in a couple of other tangents to this. One is that it may not be ours to do. So when we have oh, I don't know if I would be able to do that. Of course not. It's not yours to do. It's theirs. So stop trying to make their stuff yours. I have a friend that's like, oh my gosh, I want to do energy clearings just like you, Destiny. I'm like, no, you don't. You want to do energy clearings like you. We've got different styles. We've got different things. People will be attracted to us for different reasons. You don't want to be like me. You want to be like you and do it your way and your style. But that's not what we're taught, right? We're taught to copy somebody else. Thing is their system and the way they do things and their energy is different from ours. And so if we want to do something, that's amazing. And yes, we should definitely go and collect the people and have them help us, and one, tell them that we need their help and this is what we need their help doing, and then collect them so that this thing can get done. But also understanding that it may not work out exactly the same way because we're different people, and that's totally okay, right? And this is where it gets kind of funny when it's talking about holding people capable, because we're attempting to hold them capable to what we understand of our capabilities. But we're not them, and they're not us. And that's beautiful, and that's great, right? And we still get to be in a place where we're like, okay, well, what does that look like? What is it like? We can be coming from a place of curiosity rather than limitations. And that's really super expansive, and that's really big. And that just is a place for amazing growth, right? And I see this happening to different pockets of people, and it's just so interesting to me. Parents do it to their kids because the parents are passing down the limitations that they got from their parents, from their parents, from their parents. If you've been to any of my presentations, you know that this is something that's passed down, right? I see it happening in business as well. When somebody has an idea for a startup, or maybe a different way to do sales and marketing or something like that, they get squashed and they're like, no, that's not the way we're supposed to do it. But so what? What if that's the new way? What if it's an easier way? Where is this coming from? Oh, that's not what we're supposed to do. That's totally judgment, right? We know from earlier with the judgments, no, right? This happens also when people want to say something or they have something to say, whether that's on Facebook Live or speaking or just talking to somebody else about it, where they get squashed and they get stifled and like it's almost like they're just told to stop, right? So it happens all over the place where somebody's like giving you their opinion or giving you their answer to it, and it doesn't feel good and it doesn't fit. That's because there's a limitation being put on you, and you don't have to listen to it, right? So if you've been that person where you've gone to someone and you're like, oh, I've got this idea, or I want to try this, or I want to do something new, and you've been told no, don't do it, and it just doesn't feel good, and it feels like your body is contracting and like you feel small and squished, you don't have to listen to it at all. You can still go and do the thing that you wanted to do how you wanted to do it. And it may take some discovery, it may take some exploration, it may take some looking around and seeing and being curious. That may happen, and that's okay too. It doesn't have to look like this is the only way to do something. And see, when we hold the other person capable of doing it, and we ask them, like, well, what support do you need from me? Rather than just blah, all of our stuff over them, they can tell us. And they will tell us. Right? And they might even say, I don't know right now. Can I get back to you? Cool. Let them. Right? And then just check in. Just check in. Letting them know that they can come to you and that you'll be there to like be a sounding board and to listen and to, yes, address some of the things that may or may not have worked for someone else. If that's what they want, then yeah, go for it. Right? But it's not just all of the limitations over them. We don't have to do that. I'm fairly certain when somebody starts thinking about these things and it's getting them, towards the edge of their comfort zone and it's stretching them, they've thought about all of the limitations. So a really great question to ask them is, what do you need from me right now? Right? Like, do you need a sounding board? Do you need advice? Like, why did they choose to come to you? Do they just need somebody to listen to them? Do they need somebody to point out all of the things that could go awry? Because that is important as well. They just have to be ready for that, right? You just have to be ready for that. So even when you're making the request, telling the person you're talking to what you need from them, hold yourself capable that you can do it and hold them capable of responding to you in that manner because you're being clear. And that's really, really important when we're trying to grow, is being clear in what our request is. Okay? So think about that for yourself. Have you been the person that somebody has come to and you're like, no, that's not going to work? Have you been the person that went to someone else and they said, no, that's not going to work? Right? And like start shifting and changing that pattern. And holding yourself capable and holding them capable. Right? We don't need to tell everybody what to do. Like, hold them capable. And trust that they're doing the best that they can for themselves in that moment until you go, hey, could I give you a suggestion? And they say, yeah, I'd love one. Now, you may not use the word suggestion, but like, hey, could I give you advice? Could I give you a heads up? Whatever that is for you. But use it, right? So it really is about holding yourself and holding them capable in a very kind and generous way. And finding out from them, what do they need? What do you need? Have you checked in with yourself and found out what you needed? Pay attention to that as well, right? Hold yourself capable. You can do this. So can they. Start taking off the limitations from yourself and healing that and getting your limitations out of the way so you don't put it on other people, right? And have fun with this. This is something to explore and play with and enjoy along the way. Enjoy this journey. Holding yourself capable and holding someone else capable is so much fun. So much fun. And a lot of shit gets done. Like, amazingly so. All right? So let me know below. Comment below and let me know, what are you going to try out this week? What are you going to play with? All right? And until next week, peace.